The principal impact of aquaculture is its ability to provide a consistent and sustainable source of seafood. It reduces pressure on wild fish populations and support food security as well as economic development. However, it also has environmental challenges such as the destruction of habitats. New lands are needed to build new aquaculture that can lead to loss of habitat. Industrial scale and congested aquaculture facilities are often placed in inappropriate locations where environmental damage are maximized. The negative impact of aquaculture is more apparent in shrimp farming as they are associated with the destruction of mangrove forests. Shrimp ponds are often constructed by cutting down mangrove habitats along the tropical coastlines. Next, aquaculture can easily become a pathway for the introduction of non-native species to the new environments. If introduced species has no natural predators, their population will increase unchecked, and they have the potential to overconsume prey species and outcompete the native species. Furthermore, cultured stock in aquaculture can possibly escape through weather events like severe storms, from damaged nets, or during harvest operations. Escapes of cultured stock can present two types of risks to wild populations, which are genetic and ecological. Ecological concerns include the risk of disease transfer to wild fish populations. And potential genetic impacts happen if fish were to escape and interbreed with wild populations. That can lower their fitness state and potentially limiting the ability of wild fish to respond to changing environmental conditions.
Next is overexploitation of fish stocks. Intensive farming of species such as fish and shellfish, they need a large amount of food feed which depends on their eating habit. For example, bluefin tuna farming. The fish food are harvested from the oceans. For example, sardine and mackerel are the common fish that are usually harvested and processed as tuna food fat. Since bluefin tuna is an active species and top predator, thus they need more food to grow better and faster. Overharvesting of these species from sea may cause depletion in their population and disturb the food chain and food web in that particular ecosystem. Finally, reduction in the exploitation of native stocks. This has potential in reducing of exploitation of wild fish stocks as the demand for fish is filled by aquaculture. It is not entirely true that aquaculture alone can help to preserve and increase the wild population if other extra measure is not taken, such as restriction in fishing area and banning certain fishing methods such as benthic trawling. Thus, cooperation from two parties are needed to make sure the wild species are preserved in the same time can provide sufficient fish stock to meet the demand of the consumer.